What are the solutions to the equation? We have a rational equation, rational because we have fractions, ratios in there. Now, whenever we have a rational equation, the best thing to do is to be able to multiply by the lowest common multiple to get rid of the denominators. I want to cancel my denominator so I have an easier problem. I want to cancel this denominator, which is an x, so therefore my LCM should have an x. I want to cancel the x squared, so therefore I just need another x because that will be x squared. I'm going to multiply both sides, or in this case I'm going to multiply each term by x and x, x and x, x and x. And what cancels on the first one? On the first one, we just have a x times x times 1 will give me x squared. On the second one, one of the x's cancels, so I just have negative 4 times x will be negative 4x equal to. On the next one, both x's cancel, so I just have a negative 9. And now I can solve it. If you notice in your solutions have a square root, have an I, so therefore I won't be able to factor it. Since there's no leading coefficient or just a coefficient of 1, and this is even, I can complete the square. First, I'm going to make some space to complete my square. X squared minus 4x. I'm going to complete my square. Equal to negative 9. And while you add on one side, I need to add to the other side. And one number goes in here. This number is going to be b divided by 2, and you're going to square it. Basically, you're going to take half of b, and you're going to square it. Half of negative 4 is negative 2. Squared gives me positive 4. And what I do on one side, I need to do to the other side. And I'm going to factor this out. 1, 2, and that gives me negative 5. Factors of x squared will give me x and x. Factors of 4, 2 and 2. And they need to add up to negative 4, so they both should be negative. This one should always be the same. So that way we can rewrite them as x minus 2 squared since they're multiplying. Equal to negative 5. I want to get rid of the square, so therefore I'm going to take the square root on both sides. The square root and the square cancels, so I have x minus 2 is equal to, don't forget your plus or minus. When you take the square root, you need a plus and a minus. There's a negative inside the square root, so I need an I and square root of 5. I need to leave the x by itself since I'm solving for x. So I'm going to move the 2 to the right, becomes a positive 2. So x equal to 2 plus or minus I square root of 5. So let's look for your answer. It should be positive, so I know it's not C or D. And you should have an I, so therefore your answer is letter B. And notice that they separate them, one positive and one negative. If it's open response, you can just leave it as plus or minus. Or separate them, either one will be fine.